Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you didn't go anywhere. Game 5 is going to happen. We are going to just plug it in, try US East again, and see what happens. There are different US East servers, obviously, so one could be lagging, the other would not. So we'll see. We're going to boot off this game here in just a couple minutes, and the players have decided they want to play. So we're just going to do it, get Game 5 going, and this will be it. So actually, they're... Alright, let's pop over to webcam because they are loading in right now. So, you know, I thought we might be taking a break. I thought we might be talking it over with the admins, but the guys got in the lobby. They said, you know what, just try it. We'll see what happens. And they said if it lags, we'll remake and try a different server. So we're going to get going. We're going to do the draft, and then if the game is really laggy, if it really sucks right off the bat, we're going to reconnect and try a different server, try something, and hopefully this game is going to get played. So, hope you guys didn't go anywhere, but stick around because there is going to be some awesome Dota going on here. This is Game 5. Game 5 of a best-of-5 grand finals between Senix Esports and ASDF. Whichever team wins this will have definitely earned the money that they take home at the end of this night. I don't know exactly what it is. I heard $110 from one of the players. I'm not sure if that's entirely accurate, if it's more, if it's less, but money. Money. In an amateur league, that's pretty damn good. The fact that there is money, you know, to ship you a couple pennies or something in the mail, but like, this is pretty good. So, anyways, we're going to have a great game coming up here. We are in the draft, so I'm going to pop over there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for sticking with me this late in the night. It's almost 3 a.m. on the East Coast, I know. But you guys are freaking awesome, and let's watch us some awesome Dota. In-game. There we go. Bam! So, off to the draft. Alrighty, I gotta update the Twitterverse, man. Alright. Twitter people, I'm twatting at your twits. Let's tweeterize this twatter. Oh. Shouldn't we have first pick? Oh, crap. Okay. Alright. So, disconnect. Leave game. I'm like sitting here like, why aren't they picking? I hate that they have this like little pop-up for the broadcasters. It's like, show us with everything else. Where's my stats, man? Think he went AFK on me? Oh, there he is. Alright, so I'm gonna coin toss. I need to find a coin to be able to do that, though. Oh, there we go. Found one. Aha! Alright. He called heads. It was heads. So, ASDF takes first pick, and Senix can choose their side. Cool. Oh man, what a game, what a game, what a game! This new UI looks cool. I really don't like the new lobby UI, but whatever. I think the whole idea of it is that, like, oh, you can look around, you can look at tabs and stuff, and then go back to the lobby, but you could do that before anyways. And, look at these sets, man, look at these sets! I don't even get how this chain stays on this thing. It's not... The shape doesn't make sense. It would be highly inefficient. There's got to be some angry engineer out there going, that's not how this works. What? Alright. If you're really picky about their side and first pick now, no, it's down to the one game. They want a link. I don't even know if the rules page is still, like, up on... Yeah, what did you... Where did you put the rules? Oh, there we go, rules. There we go. Alright. Okay, sorry that the show has just kind of turned into me chatting. I wish I'd just told them I was an admin. I mean, I'm pretty much an admin. I've been casting and hosting and working with so many leagues. Like, I've never been officially named by them as an admin, but you know what? I've run so much of the AD2L stuff that I know the rules, man. I know the rules. Just go with it. Either way, what I said is still very fair. So, you know what?
10 seconds.
You know what? You gotta do what you gotta do. But now we're in the game and we're going for the draft into game number 5. Everybody excited?
Remaining.
Yeah, let's do it. That's game 5 game. That's yeah.
Reserve the time.
Oh my god. Actually, I will be right back, friends. I just gotta grab something real quick.
Radiant Team Ben. Dire Team Ben. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant Team Ben.
Oh, I should not have grabbed that. Landlord dropped off the mail. There's a collections notice. Revenue Canada is mad at me because I forgot to pay for my healthcare.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm glad they finally figured out my address, though, because they've been sending the bill to the place I lived at when I was 14 for the last 3 years, so I never got my bill in the mail, and then they get mad at me every year when it came to tax time. They're like, you didn't pay us for your health services, and I'm like, bro, I don't get your bills. And now today that they actually have to collect it, and they're like getting mad at me, they're like, hey, let's find out where this guy lives and maybe send him a bill that's that he'll get to read. And I'm like, cool, thanks Canada. Now I can give you money.
10
Stephen
seconds
Harper.
remaining.
What a joke, man. What a joke of a prime minister.
5 seconds remaining.
Don't bring politics into Dota, Kieran. I'm doing it anyways. Alright, no, we're into the game, we're into the draft. Draft me a new prime minister. Anyways. Tusk, Lena, Leshrac, and Storm all banned out. And, is there any more chatting going on? Okay, good. Yeah, so Gyrocopter, the first to be picked up here, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing a Wyvern.
10 seconds remaining.
Wyvern and what? We're going to see Wyvern and one other thing here.
5 seconds remaining.
Wyvern and Phantom Lancer, actually. Wyvern and Phantom Lancer, I think, are Senix's
Radiant
picks
team
here.
big.
Actually, maybe they go Earthshaker instead. Because if you take Phantom Lancer, then ASDF is going to take Earthshaker for sure. I don't know, I think this is actually the first time Tusk has been banned this entire series, so we won't be seeing that this game, which is nice to see. Yeah, they go for the Earthshaker instead.
Dire team big.
I think they want to get Fox's PL, but they do not want to give Earthshaker away to play against, and it's a good call, but I think PL is probably going to get banned out. I'm pretty sure ASDF has recognized at this point that the Phantom Lancer has been a staple of Fox's play, and he hasn't really gotten a chance to practice with anything else. Now, Bounty Hunter slips through the pool, and so he's going to make his way into this game, but to be honest, I really don't like the Bounty Hunter all that much. I don't think he's as strong a hero as everyone makes him out to be. He's really good for those early ganks, but teams are really adapting to that style of play where Bounty's constantly roaming, and so, you know, they're starting to do a lot better things, like dropping sentries on the mid lane, making sure their courier doesn't walk between the tier 1 and 2 towers, and, you know, they're maneuvering against what they expect Bounty to do a lot better. So it's very hard for a Bounty to be successful in those things that make him very strong. And so I don't think it's that Bounty has gotten worse as a hero. I think it's that, you know, he showed up for a while, no one knew how to deal with this crazy Bounty Hunter that's running behind your enemy lines and killing your junglers and killing your couriers. But now, you know, they understand how and where a Bounty Hunter is going to appear, which means that it's a lot easier to just deal with him. And Senix going all in on the AoE. They picked themselves up the Darkseer on top of the Winter Wyvern and the Earthshaker. So three very heavy combo abilities with the Vacuum, the Wall, the Echo Slam on top of the Winter's Curse. So things could get very, very scary for ASDF if left unchecked in team fights. Now that said, we've seen quite a few of these team fight lineups in this best of 5 series not pan out the way they were meant to, and that's just due to ASDF taking engagements when and where they want to. They're being really efficient with their smokes, they're coming in from weird angles, and they have a lot of heroes. They've run the Queen of Pain very efficiently and just blinking past the fight and disrupting the backline, which prevents these big ultimates from getting strung together. And obviously Queen of Pain banned out this in this game here, but you know, there's still a lot of other options that will allow that sort of same play to go on. But Juggernaut and PL banned out, so the 2 carries that Fox has played in this series are completely gone, so he's going to have to come up with something new for this 5th and final game in this best of 5 series. Taking a lot of time on this third pick here. ASDF being very careful to think out what they want to pick up, and they're going to go with the Shadow Fiend, and I really like the Shadow Fiend with the Bounty Hunter. It does two things really well. One, Bounty Hunter is a hero that has typically been picking up Mechanism, which frees up Shadow Fiend to go for a different item right off the bat. If he wants to go for a quick BKB, he can. If he wants to go for an S and Y for quick damage, you know, if he wants to go for a Desolator even to start pushing, they can do that, and provided that the Bounty Hunter doesn't get completely and utterly shut down in his roaming, they're still going to have that tanky ability to push, but it'll come from a different source, which allows Shadow Fiend to go a little bit more heavy on damage. Now, as well, I mean, it just keeps Shadow Fiend safe. I mean, there's a lot of mid heroes that kind of can dance all over Quap. Dance all over Shadow Fiend. A lot of them banned out here. The Lina, the Quap, the Leshrac, and the Storm, all very, very good against the Shadow Fiend, and all banned out. So Senix is going to have to be very smart with how they deal with this Shadow Fiend on the mid lane, because not only are they going to have to pick a hero that beats Shadow Fiend innately, they're also going to have to find a hero that can deal with constant Bounty Hunter harass, and I don't think there's too many heroes that fit that bill left in the pool. And I'm actually just gonna pull up Dota Buff really quick so that I can look at the hero list, because I'm struggling to think of what they're gonna put on that mid lane to try to deal with this. And hell, maybe they take a page out of ASDF's book and just go for a Dusa mid. They've already gone for that Wraith King, which kind of tells me they want to win this game early, because Wraith King is not, you know, he's not a traditional AoE hero, and he's not a hero that really that really goes into the ultra lane, especially against heroes like Gyrocopter and Shadow Fiend. He has a very hard time competing with those heroes one-on-one. I'm just trying to think of what you could possibly put mid at this stage that will give you the oomph and the aggression that your lineup needs to get through the rest of this game. Shadow Shaman's going to get picked up here by ASDF, so looking for a very aggressive set of heroes already, and banning out the Phoenix, that does really well against the Wraith King. Good call there. But yeah, the Shadow Shaman, I mean, he's going to be getting a lot of gold because of the Bounty Hunter, which means that an Aghanim Scepter is not an unrealistic possibility for him. Even a Blink Dagger and things like that are going to be within the realm of possibility. And you know, being able to drop those wards on towers with the potential mech I talked about, and that early push from Shadow Fiend, you know, this ASDF lineup's going to hit hard and hit early. That is provided that they get off to a good start in the lanes. If Senix Esports dominates these lanes and no one gets the gold they want on ASDF, game's going to be hard. Game's going to be very, very difficult. And now the more I'm thinking about this, the more I like the idea of a silencer mid for Senix Esports. I think going for something like that gives them a lot of options. I mean, it can get beaten up by the Bounty Hunter mid, but if you address for that properly by keeping the Wyvern near the mid lane, dropping sentries, etc., he can dominate the Shadow Fiend and really just kind of mess up this mess up the team fight that ASDF has planned. I mean, they want to move forward and they want to go aggressive, and if you have the Global Silence to shut that down with all of these AoE abilities to turn it back around, if you have the Wyvern ulti, the Earthshaker ulti, the Darkseer vacuum, the Wraith King ulti, these fights suddenly become a lot more scary. So I like the idea of the silencer, but there's still a lot of other options. There's a puck on the board, could work very well with the way they've got their team lined up, and it forces ASDF into fighting the way that Senix wants them to. That's a possibility as well, and they're going to go with the Zeus again.
Dire team pick.
Maybe not feeling like it was properly represented in the last game against that Dusa, and I do like the Zeus quite a bit, actually. I actually should have thought of that when I was talking about heroes that beat Shadow Fiend and keep themselves safe against Bounty Hunter, and Zeus is exactly it. I mean, you've got built-in detection, you've got the potential for wards. Well, I mean, you're going to have your teammates dropping sentry wards for you, so you should be safe on mid against the bounty ganks. And I think Zeus, as long as he doesn't get completely and utterly outplayed, beats Shadow Fiend in most scenarios. I mean, you just spam out your Q for last hits and use your auto attacks for denies, and then harass the Shadow Fiend at any possible opportunity. But the puck that I mentioned is actually going to go over to the side of Senix, or over to the side of ASDF, and I really like this pickup. The puck is one of my favorite heroes, featured on my profile. Oh, are we lagging, friends? Are we lagging? I like how this... What? I like how all the effigies just turned colorful. Okay. Do you want to see my arse? Eleanor. I like effigies. I've started taking screenshots of all the funny effigies that I see in pub games, and then in a couple weeks I'm going to take that album of like 15 photos and I'm gonna dump it on Reddit for that sweet, sweet fake internet points. Oh man, I'm gonna be rolling. What? I'm gonna be a bunch of drunk dudes talking to the one guy. You have no idea how many up arrows I'm gonna have in my pockets all over the place. Just orange up arrows. Oh, I'm gonna be bathing in them. I'm gonna be bathing in them. I had to do it. I had to do it. Fucking bathroom. Which one, boys or girls? They don't think I'm funny. Teams don't think I'm funny. Oh no. There we go. Effigies back to their rocky states. Anyways, game number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, we have hit peak viewership at 15. I am so happy to have you all with me, but for all those new viewers who just tuned in, this is game 5 of the grand finals of the AD2L Season 8 Championship Division. Now, games 1 and 2, Senix pulled out of the bag. They were very, very close games, but Senix played extremely well and took a couple fights that they maybe shouldn't have, and pulled it out in very long games. Like game 2 was an 80-minute game, and now we're into and game 3. We saw ASDF just go for a really super aggressive strategy with an aggressive lane of Gyrocopter, Undying, and Earthshaker, and it just kind of tore Senix apart. They weren't ready for it, and they just kind of crumbled. Game ended in under 30 minutes. And now game 4 was a bit of a weird game. We had lag issues all game, and the team fights just kind of didn't end up playing out as crisply as either team would like, and Senix just kind of lost team fight after team fight, and after a point the numbers just got too great for execution to possibly bring it back. So it was a really kind of unfortunate game, and I'm sad it ended the way it did, because I think Senix definitely had a shot, but Game 4 was a little bit ruined by lag. But now we're into game number 5. The winner of this is going to be taking $110 home, so 22 bucks a player. Not a ton, but it's definitely, like I said, it's beer money, man. You get your team together, you celebrate, you have a great time, and that is all paid for by your incessant number of hours spent playing Dota 2. So, you know, one good night for thousands and thousands of hours of Dota. I think that is a good trade-off. Anyways, we're into game number 5 now, and I didn't get the chance to introduce the teams, but hopefully we can do that during the first couple minutes of the lanes here. We got YOLO Swag Rico going to be taking the Gyrocopter for Team ASDF. Rilke going to be taking the Shadow Shaman down on the bottom lane. This is kind of a weird lane setup. In the mid lane, we got Eleanor going to be playing the Shadow Fiend, and a Santa at NASA on the Bounty Hunter. Up in the solo safe lane, we've got God's Hand going to be taking the Puck, and he's going to be up against Cora Y on Senix. Mid lane, Aiko on the Zeus. He's going to be joined by Worse on the Winter Wyvern. Sorry, friends, that I just had a little bit of stomach bubblies. But Surf is going to be playing the Earth Shacker. And Fox going to be taking the Wraith King down in the bottom lane. So, interesting drafts, to be honest. I'm really kind of... I like teams who were definitely going out of their way. Balancing a rocky start. Average win rates, 70. Okay. Zeus and Earthshaker got a good combination going together. Roughly 50% win rate. But yeah, I'm really curious about the draft choices here, because like I kind of really like how ASDF has thought about their draft. They've oh man, this is going to be ugly here. As Wraith King gets caught out, there's nothing to keep him alive here. He gets a stun out onto Rilke, but Surf is going to be left alone, and he's going to try to run away over to the loving arms of the Winter Wyvern, but the slows just aren't enough, and Surf is going to go down to auto attacks. So this lane has grabbed them a couple kills early on, but you know, the thinking in this draft, they grab the Bounty Hunter and they say, okay, well, we're going to have a lot of gold coming in, especially if we can win our lane. So they draft 3 heroes that are arguably really, really good laners. The Gyrocopter, the Shadow Fiend, and the Puck. And then they say, all right, we're going to get a relatively greedy support, but one that can also be a bitch too. You know, you get that kind of 5-roll bitch support, Shadow Shaman, and you know, as long as he gets boots, nothing else really matters except for XP on this hero. Like, Blink Daggers are nice, Aghanim Scepters are nice, but those are all luxury. You don't need them to be an efficient Shadow Shaman. You just need to play him well. And, you know, we're going to see exactly that come out this game as, you know, he's really far back in terms of farm priority, but if he can gather in a bunch of track gold, he's going to get a bunch of items that are going to make his team do really, really well. Now, on the other side of it, Fox is not having a good time here as he gets eaten alive by the Rocket Barrage, and that's going to be the 3rd kill of the game, 2nd kill onto Fox, and just the level 2 and the Splinter Blast might have been the cause of that. I think despite the Rocket Barrage doing a lot of work, if you throw out the Cold Embrace while he's shackled, that'll keep him safe for the entirety of the shackle and maybe give him enough health to escape. So maybe going a little bit too aggressive on that Splinter Blast, but well, on skilling that Splinter Blast. But with the Bounty Hunter here, it's opening up a lot of possibilities for the draft. But maybe they find a kill here as they've tricked the Bounty into walking in underneath a Sentry Ward, but he's going to get out, not creep blocked as much as they were expecting him to be, so Bounty walks away from that. But this lane setup is odd, but it's working for him. Oh, up on top. Should be paying attention to this, but yeah. The lane setup is really odd because they've obviously considered the fact that they're going to be playing at a disadvantage with the Bounty Hunter. Obviously, Bounty makes your lanes relatively weak because he's never really in a lane. He's just kind of roaming. But, you know, they said, all right, well, we'll put the Puck on the safe lane, and she can deal with whatever's there. If they decide to go aggro with, like, you know, the Wyvern and the Darkseer together or something, then we just, you know, then she just survives. And if she's in a 1v1 lane, she does fine. And down on bottom lane, they stick the Earthshaker and the Shadow Shaman together, which is, you know, relatively weak lane. But because they had to stick the Wyvern mid for so long for fear of the Bounty, it weakened out this lane and allowed them to get a couple of kills. And now Fox is down 2 kills to nothing. And if we look at the last hit charts, I mean, 3 cores up against the next 3 from Senix. So, I mean, the games that ASDF have played aggressive and gone for those crazy, weird, aggressive lanes are the games that they've won. So, you know, we'll see how it plays out. But for now, Senix pick up their first kill of the game as that Wyvern swoops in on mid, gets the slows out, and Zeus does the damage necessary to bring down that Shadow Fiend. Rocket Barrage going out on Fox yet again, and he is going to walk away with a sliver of HP, starts salving up, so he's going to survive, but Bounty Hunter finds the Earthshaker anyways, and that Orb of Venom just doing work already. I mean, Earthshaker has not been able to afford boots, so that 3% slow on top of the fact that Bounty has the boots advantage means a lot, and the Earthshaker is going to drop again. So with the cores being pressured this hard, I think Senix is really going to need to pull together in their first couple team fights. If they lose 1 or 2 team fights early on in this game is going to drop. Show net worth? Gaylord Cat wants net worth. So yeah, net worth charts, pretty comparable to the last, actually not comparable at all to the last hit charts.
Radiant's middle tower
Gyrocopter sitting right up at the top. He's got the most. Shadow Fiend following him very shortly thereafter, and then Zeus, Darkseer. If we look at the actual team graphs, it's 1,500 in the favor of ASDF and 1,000 in the favor of XP, or in XP in their favor. So, doing good on all fronts right now. I missed that kill because you asked me net worth. Darkseer dove in on the Puck, got the kill, but was quickly rotated on by the Shadow Fiend and the Shadow Shaman, and the Puck goes, and the Darkseer goes down to follow. Zeus coming up here to see if he can maybe do something here, and actually, yeah, if he gets 1 lightning bolt onto this Shadow Shaman's dead, but spotted out now by the creep. Oh, if he had just turned around, even with the creep there, I think he turns around, throws 1 spell, and gets the kill on the Shadow Shaman. But Bounty's rotated up here, see what he can do, and doesn't really have any help, so maybe just harasses the Zeus a little bit, throws on an auto attack, and walks away. Should be fine.
Illusion.
He's got to be careful now. If he gets spotted out, and is this a... No, that's a dire sentry ward. Okay. Down on bottom lane, the gyrocopter continuing to just farm away, and oh, Puck coming in, gets the Dream Coil only on one, but they're ready to go in. The gyrocopter falls first, and the Puck just doesn't have the damage to finish this off, but Fox, he is not level 6 yet and will be taking a spill. Switched over to Intreads, which brought his HP pool down a little bit. I don't think that really mattered, but yeah, ends up dropping. We're gonna have the Zeus reconnect here, so gonna be a slight pause, but yeah, they don't know the bounties up here. But yeah, that was a good opening to the fight there. They bursted down the gyro really quickly. They made sure he couldn't do all the damage he needed to, but the Puck coming in with that unexpected Dream Coil was really dangerous. And I think if that Puck had landed the Dream Coil a little bit better, you know, had maybe caught the Wyvern and the Earthshaker in the back lines, that fight could have been a whole lot different. That would have been just... Yeah, I think that would have been a wipe, but... The Shadow Shaman really just didn't do much in that fight, to be honest. He got the Shackle on the Wraith King to end the fight out, but he didn't do a lot of damage. I don't think he even threw an Ether Shock there. I think he just walked in, shackled to finish off the Wraith King, and that was it. Up on top, the Darkseer, I didn't catch him there, but looks like he got picked off as the Bounty Hunter. Found him, got a little bit of a slow, and I'm not sure what... Those must have been some godly raises. I wish I had seen that kill, to be honest, because the Darkseer, in my opinion, if he gets attacked by anybody, he just surges and runs, and there's not too much to hold him down. But haste on the Shadow Shaman, that's the second of the game. Maybe they find the Zeus here. Zeus is back up to high ground, but yeah, no, they can't dive. There's an instant TP in from the Winter Wyvern, so defensive capability is ready to go, and a sentry ward placed to make sure that Zeus is safe. Gyrocopter's kind of rotated up towards the top lane now. He's realized that bottom's getting a little bit more dangerous as the supports start to gain levels, and that Wyvern gets ever closer to the level 6, so instead opts to go towards the safe lane and start building in towards those Drums of Endurance. Oh, there's the Sheep, there's the Shackle, and Korra is gone. Burst damage is too good, and the Shadow Shaman CC has been incredible. He's actually doing really well this game. 105 on the Shadow Shaman, and he's now level 6. I got a question about what MMR these guys are. I don't know the specifics of their MMR. I don't know the numbers per se, but these guys are on the higher end of the amateur spectrum. I would put them below a lot of like the tier 3, 4 teams, but you know, we've had a lot of tier 3, tier 2 teams that are in the scene now come out of the AD2L. And, this is the Champions League playoffs, so this is the top. This is the top division. And, if it's any frame of reference for you, I am 4,700 MMR right now, and I lost in the first round to Senix.DOTA. And they literally wiped the floor. So these guys are pretty good. If I had to guess, I'd put them at like low 4Ks, 4.3, 4.2 maybe. But I honestly couldn't give you a number for sure. I don't know. I could be right, I could be wrong. That's just my guess. Zeus actually cleans up the Shadow Fiend on mid lane, and I thought he was actually going for a kill on the bounty, but no siree. He gets the kill on the Shadow Fiend with the help of the Earthshaker there, so good kill. That's very high value, and that's going to give Zeus a little bit of extra pocket change to work with as he starts to get his economy off to a roll, but top tier 1 tower is going to fall in the meantime, and now down on bottom. Ooh, Puck going for a Midas. Feisty. I mean, they're already going to have a lot of gold coming in because of track, and now to go for the Midas as well, like, this Puck is going to be... she's going to be 6 slaughtered at 35 minutes if that game gets that long. Here I am! So, we'll see how that plays out, but, of course, I always find the Midas weird on Puck because, like, as awesome as it is to have the extra gold and XP income, the Midas could have been your Blink Dagger. It's like, you could have a Blink Dagger right now, and you could be making plays, but instead you're investing in later, which works sometimes, but, you know, for Puck, when you get your Blink Dagger is when your game takes off. That's when you start ganking, that's when you start jumping on people, dropping the Dream Coils, dropping the burst damage, and you start picking off supports, and you know, it's like, do you really want to delay that stage of the game just so that you can have a better, like, late game? Like, Puck's not really about that much. Anyways, wow, Surge is not carrying Darkseer as fast or as far away as I expected, and looks like he's going to get caught out here. The Gyrocopter is going to do the damage, and there goes the Darkseer. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, there's an engagement, and the Zeus gets himself a double kill. Actually, no, I think he gets a single, and the Wraith King got the other one. Wraith King got the kill on the Puck, and Rilke is going to walk away from that. Despite having that double damage, we're not going to be able to right-click down the Wraith King. But Wraith King's ulti was expended there in that fight, so they did manage to burst him down, but he came back and was ready to fight. Blink Dagger up now, so he's got that jump potential to hold people down, mess them up, and break their faces. Oh yeah, minus SF as well. I didn't catch that. We don't have any more minuses, do we? No recipes sitting around. Yeah, no. So minus SF and minus Puck. ASDF is in this for the long haul, and this could honestly be their this could honestly be really bad for them. You know, I was saying I really think that this oh, mid lane, bounty hunter drops. I was saying that the games that they've done really well in, they've been very aggressive. They've gone forward as quickly and as hard as they could. They've gone for aggro lanes, and they've shut down Senix's carries. They've shut down Fox's ability to do anything in these games, and he's going to get jumped on here. He's just going to TP out from that Dream Coil. He does not want to have to deal with that, but yeah, your team finished top 8 in NA Heroic, and your team is 3.5 to 4.5. Yeah, like I said, I'm champion bracket is definitely harder, but I don't know. I play in champion because I like the challenge. I'm on the lower end of the teams that compete there. Like I said, like I'm 4.7. We've got players on our team that are lower, around 4.3, and we've got players that are higher in the 5.3 area. And our team is. Well, we've had some recent roster changes, but we're decent competitors. Oh, the Echo Slam cancels out Requiem, but it doesn't matter. He channels it out anyways, finishes off the Earthshaker, but Eleanor is going to drop in the end to the Zeus damage, and this Zeus is actually getting off to a fantastic start, having 4-0-3, and just, oh, he spots out a Bounty Hunter. But, yeah, Fox is going to have to be careful with his life here. He does not have his ultimate. Yeah. I would say until you're consistently placing like top 3 in Heroic, you should probably stay there. The competition will be better. I think if you go up to Champion, you run the risk of losing just a lot of games. Like, and you know the thing is too is like if you're a lower MMR team in a scenario like that, you're not always guaranteed to learn a lot from your games. Like, if you play a team that's 1,000 MMR higher than you, and they know that they're 1,000 MMR higher than you, and they just beat the crap out of you with toss techies or something, you know, sure, you're playing tougher teams, and you might be adapting to playing at a higher level, but you're getting beat up with cheesy strats and by teams that just wipe the floor with you so hard that you don't get an opportunity to learn within the game. You don't get to discover the tempo of it. You don't get to say, oh, these guys are outpacing us a little bit, we got to catch up. You just show up to a fight and die, and you go, whoa, why did that happen? So I think I think Heroic is probably a good place for you if you're 3.5 to 4.5. If you want to move up and face a challenge, prepare to get slapped around pretty hard, but you know, it is kind of interesting to see what your team can stack. Sorry I'm going like back and forth to this topic. It's 2-minute delay on the stream, so anything you say in chat I can't respond to until 2 minutes later, obviously. Anyways, back to the game. 10-12, and yeah, they find Bounty Hunter in the pit. Roshan's going to help out with beating him down. Not going to steal the kill, though. The Serpent Wards are down. Wraith King has his ultimate available, though, so he's just going to chip away at these Serpent Wards and do what he can to get rid of those. We'll have a Blink Dagger once he gets up. If he uses it quick, nope, he does not.
Top tower is under attack.
And 2 of his teammates are dead in the ground. He's going to have to look for a Blink if he can get it. Is there a Blink on Puck yet? No, there is not. And so Wraith King is going to have a free walk on it. No! Oh no! He gets his, well, he gets the potential Blink canceled out by the, by the Puck Illusory Orb. And none on it's just damage. And Cora is trying to fight in this, fight against this gyro, but it is not happening as, the Ion Shell just wasn't doing as much as he expected. And meanwhile, on top lane, Shadow Fiend putting some pressure in on this tower here and chips it down relatively low. That Midas up, and he's got a Yule's Recipe, so he's going Midas into Yule's. This is like the least health build you could possibly go. He didn't even go Power Trips. Like, you go Boots of Travel, or a Midas Boots of Travel into Yule's. Like, you are going to be below 1,000 health until you're like level 18. That's pretty brutal. Mid facing a little bit of creep pressure here, but they don't really have anyone to push with. So there they go, though. They jump in onto Bounty Hunter, and they're bursting him down relatively quickly. They do have a Zeus ulti available. That's going to be enough to clean it up. Rilke's trying to channel out that Shackles, but decides to cancel it and walk away as he realizes there is no way he's going to be able to hold the Wraith King down long enough for a fight to break out. So Wraith King blinks out of that fight, but oh wait, no, he blinks into that fight and jumps in on the Puck. Will they be able to bring her down? They do indeed. Darkseer gets the kill with the Ion Shell, and now they're going to be able to push. 2 heroes down, and oh, wow, they get the Shadow Shaman on the back lines of it, and this Zeus is actually doing work this game, 5-1 and 6, and he has facilitated quite a few kills, up to 11 Bloodstone charges, and now working on a Force Staff. When he gets up to that Force Staff, he's going to be highly mobile, really hard to kill, and Tier 1 traded for a Tier 2 as the Shadow Fiend chips away at this tower, and he's going to force some TPs back. The Earthshaker's going to come back for him while everybody kind of disperses around the map. Iron's going to grab himself a bounty rune. They're going to head down with the Wraith King to bottom lane to see if they can catch anybody out there. And they do indeed. Whoa, the camera's going all over the place. My apologies, friends. Fox is fighting up against Yellow Swagger Coat, but he does not. Oh no, he doesn't have the reincarnation. Was he just hoping he could armlet toggle or something? I don't know. But he trades his life for the gyro. I think he could have walked away from that if he really tried. He had both the armlet and the magic wand. It must have just been an unlucky toggle or something, because that really shouldn't have happened. But yeah, if you're really Gosu there, you turn on, you get really low on your armlet, you trigger your wand, you deactivate the armlet, and then you reactivate it with the, so that you never really drop below auto attack range for death. But this SF is going to be a problem, man. He's sitting at more than double the next highest CS leader, and if we look at the net worth, he is only about 2,000 above the Zeus, but he's still 2,000 above the Zeus. I mean, so he's something to look out for. But while he's just camping away on this top lane, the rest of his team is facing a lot of troubles in the mid lane, and they get picked off 2 for nothing there as well. So, you know, despite this Shadow Fiend getting free farm and kind of abusing that top lane, he's not going to be able to get into this base because of the Earthshaker, and meanwhile, his team is losing fights on mid and potentially losing their Tier 2 tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bounty Hunter in behind the fight, maybe looking for the Courier to see if he can snatch it out. The Courier is going to run right his way, but oh, he's been spotted out by the Winter Wyvern, that Sentry Ward that was sitting there from earlier, and he realizes he's been spotted, so he's going to start running and gets out of there. Gets out of there nice and safe. And meanwhile, got Shadow Fiend on the bottom lane just chipping away at this tower, and like I said, this Shadow Fiend is farmed as hell, but he went for like a literal no health build. So if they can catch him even once, if they catch him with a fissure, with anything, Zeus is going to be able to blow him up. No question. Wraith King in the middle of 3, and there's the Darkseer wall to help out with this one, and he's got the Reincarnate. There goes the, yeah, I mean, this is exactly what we were talking about there. Shadow Fiend walks into a fight, and one bout of CC, and he is gone. Done. So, Stack's being spotted, but they can't really clear them, and oh man, Fox is in on this and ends up getting his Reincarnate pop. But meanwhile, the Zeus is, yeah, Zeus chases down the Puck, finishes off Puck as she's trying to run away from this, and that's, yeah. that's all she wrote, friends. 4 heroes dead on the side of ASDF, and Senix.DOTA is taking this game back. And you know, what looked to be a really ugly start has turned into a really strong set of team fights. And I think all of this so far is on the back of Echo. I mean, the Wraith King has been in the middle of all this, but he's just kind of stirring up a shitstorm while Zeus makes the plays, you know? Whether Fox lives or dies, he just goes in and he punches things. He just smacks him with his sword. He's like, ah, I'm here, look at me, look at me, look at me. And even if he doesn't die, even if he does die, sorry, Zeus is doing so much damage. I wish I could see in-game the amount of hero damage a hero's done. Like, there's no... Yeah, there's no, like... There's no damage graph on here, but... I mean, if we look at the net worth graph, that early disadvantage that they had, you know, we saw ASDF bring it down to at a peak 5,000 XP and net worth differential, and now it is closing in on 2,500 net worth and over 2,500 in terms of XP. So Senix is definitely back in control of this game, but whether or not they can sustain that into the late game versus these Midases is another question. Puck has got her Blink Dagger and is starting to work towards other items. We'll probably grab Power Treads pretty quickly here and then go into either a Yule's or a Dagon or maybe even a Lincoln Sphere or something. Ooh, Shadow Fiend, meanwhile, finds himself a kill on the Darkseer. That was yeah, that was a Yule's Requiem combo, so... He's got the Blink Dagger. Wow, can you build any squish here? Jesus. Like, this build is good for that and that only. Finding a solo heroes in side lanes and blowing them up with your ulti. And that's why I don't like going this build on the SF. Like I said, like the Bounty Hunter is going to build a little bit tankier. He'll probably get a mech for his next item here. But this SF, like... I feel like you need something. Like, go Rod of Atos instead of the Yule Scepter. It gives you better int, and it gives you a slow to line up your raises. Like, why not? Why not? Go for something like that. Like, it gives you health. You need health right now, because despite all the cool split pushy stuff you can do, when you show up to fights, I mean, we saw exactly. Prime example, right here. He jumps into the fight, he uses the Darkseer, and then within a second of him getting Winter's Cursed right there, boom, dead. Like, it was like 2 nukes and he was gone. And, you know, that's going to continue as long as he doesn't build to address it. He definitely needs a BKB at some point. But we'll see. Desolator picked up on Wraith King now, so he's got the Armor Shred to go with that armlet toggling. And, you know, I hope for his sake that he can continue to stir up the shitstorm that he has been throughout the course of this game, because at the moment he's just not he's been effective at causing a shitstorm. He hasn't been effective at carrying the game. He's not doing a lot of damage, and oh, there we go. As I said, oh man, that kill steal, like literally like 10 HP. The Ion Shell would have ticked him out, and Zeus was like, nope, mine, taking it. And, I mean, fair enough. He's got Bloodstone charges out the yin-yang. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's got an instant respawn at this point, and he's working towards an Aghanim Scepter, so... like the more gold this Zeus gets, the better for Senix, I think. Because he really is their carry right now. Top. Looking like ASDF has realized that there's something amiss on the map, and that is the entirety of Senix, but... Oh, did I say that backwards? I think I said that backwards. Oh! They catch out Yolo Smagriko as he tries to TP out, and the Zeus, is he able to do enough damage? It doesn't look like it's going to be enough quite yet, but now he's standing mano a mano against that Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend's getting the good raises. If he can survive, though, he might be able to turn it around when his cooldowns are off, but... it looks like they're just going to take the Earthshaker and walk away. But meanwhile, the Shadow Shaman and the Bounty Hunter tried to contest the Roshan, and all they left was a handful of gold for Fox to come back and clean up. So he's not only going to get the gold from those wards, but he's also going to pick up a Roshan and have an Aegis. So, despite the Earthshaker being lost up at top, I think this was a more than favorable trade for Senix. They hold their top lane, they force away the Shadow Fiend and the Gyrocopter, and they get themselves 2 kills and a Roshan. So, big bonus for them right here. I mean, if we look at the graphs, this hasn't updated quite yet, but we can see this tick right up here. I mean, it's they're definitely gaining something out of this. So Good for them, and Fox showing no fear. He's in near enemies tier 3s. He's blinking aggressively into the jungle. He finds himself 2 cores, and he does not care. They're running from him right now. And whether or not they should be is another question, because Fox actually doesn't have any backup. And he's just going to lose his Aegis here. Oh, wait, what? He already lost the Aegis? Wait, did he not take the Aegis? Did Darkseer take it? Oh, wait, no, I still don't understand. His ulti was popped, and he lost the Aegis, but I only saw him die twice. I'm so confused. What? Did he just, like, die a 3rd time over here that I didn't see or something?
Under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
I don't know. This game's goofy. Oh, Puck with the counterplays. Disrupts the Zeus from getting that last blast onto the bounty hunter there, and unfortunate. Fissure gonna get phase shifted, but and now, oh man, Puck plays coming back in, gonna pick off Surf as well, and wow, that Wyvern gets a Splinter Blast and catches the bounty hunter rather, but yeah. And then Puck plays, man. Yeah, the Zeus was running in here. He knew the bounty was coming down here. He was going to throw a lightning bolt, and Puck blinks in, gets the silence, and forces Zeus to suicide. Now, Zeus thankfully doesn't give up the massive gold bounty that he is worth right now, and respawns instantly. So he's not missing a lot from that death, but he is going to be losing quite a few Bloodstone charges, and of course will not have the suicide for the next fight. So. Mad Style on the SF. Finally an item that gives a little bit of strength. 200 health from that, so he's sitting a little bit stronger than he was before, but still no BKB to keep him safe from all of the Zeus's shenanigans. But I think the later he gets the BKB, the better. They've survived so far without him getting it, and you know, despite my gripes on his build order, he has created a lot of space by just pushing out these side lanes, and he eventually will get a BKB. Like, he's going to replace his Akia or his Midas with a BKB at some point, and at that point, it will be 10 seconds. And a 10-second BKB at 35 to 40 minutes means a lot. I mean, it's huge. Like, there's a reason that rebuying BKBs was nerfed. Wraith King ulti was down. Oh, he must have died to the Serpent Wards in the Roche Pit before. I was looking. I could have sworn it was up. I might just feel cracked thinking it was. But I thought the ulti was up before he went into that fight.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. I'm getting tired, friends. It's 1 AM. I've casted 5 games of Dota now. And worked a full workday before this, so it is a long and tiring day.
Radiant's bottom tower
gonna get dropped, and Puck is gonna be the harbinger of its doom. Now going for a Yule Scepter, has gone for the Boots of Travel instead of the Power Treads that I suggested earlier. I like the Power Treads on Puck because I like to right click with her a little bit, but the Boots of Travel, especially when you've got them on the SF as well, it makes both of those heroes so mobile that you can just kind of be everywhere, and we've seen that. I mean, both side lanes have their tier 2s gone, despite the mid tower still being up, and a lot of that is because of the way that ASDF has built their heroes. They've just gone for this kind of avoiding fight style, and despite certain pickoffs happening, like this potential one here on the mid lane with Eleanor, now getting that Mad Style off to run away, and yeah, he blinks out. Despite skirmishes like this happening all over the map, they're always doing something somewhere else, and you know, this is the one example of them not doing that, obviously because the Puck was just shoot out of bottom lane. But I mean, we've seen countless scenarios like, you know, a skirmish mid, 3 heroes die on the dire side, doesn't matter. Shadow Fiend's over here crushing towers and pushing. I kind of just drew a dick. Bounty Hunter gets spotted out here. That's going to be a dust on him. There's the stun. There is no way he survives this one. Bye-bye, adios, my friend. And Earthshaker takes the kill for that. So, blink forward on the Wraith King. Is he going to be able to find anything? Whoa. Okay. So weird camera funkiness here. SF finds himself a Darkseer, and Darkseer is toasterating. I like the thought process there. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I like the thought process there. The Darkseer saw the medium raise go out, and he started walking away, and he realized there was going to be a long raise. And so in the moment, he turned back around thinking, oh, maybe I can juke this raise. And it was a smart thought, but in the reality, he was just, he was so low that the auto attacks were
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Anyways, bottom
tower
tier 3 is getting cracked, and there is no Fortify to hold them off from taking this Rax. There's only one hero coming back. The Wyvern's there as well now, but wow, they didn't stick around. I thought they would actually stick around to finish off that Rax. It's only the 2 versus the 2 right now, and I think they've realized that now. Up in top lane, Rilke, he's kind of pushing in towards that tier 3. He's got Serpent Wards if he wants to drop them, but yeah, pressure gets deflected mid simply by applying pressure elsewhere, and I mean, ASDF, they're playing this beautifully. I mean, I think they could fight if they really wanted to, but they're just, they don't. They're just avoiding it, and they've got every right to. And now we see that BKB from the Shadowbin coming on the nice. Alright, Shadowbin, you know what he wanted. He went after it, he got it. Gets the tier 1 tower, and he's going to walk away. Full BKB now completed, so like I said, 32 minutes, he's going to have a BKB in these fights, and it's going to be 10 seconds. Puck jukes that Wraithfire Blast and will move back out, and Fox is going to drop. He's got his ulti available if they want to turn this fight back around, but oh man, the Echo Slam is huge. Puck is going to be the first casualty of that fight. Now looking for the Gyrocopter. Will he be able to get out of this? He is slowed up a little bit, and oh, I think stopping the TP was the wrong answer. No, he gets out. Meanwhile, Serpent Ward's on the top lane, and Shadow Fiend is there to start beating away at the tower as well. The tower is going to go down for sure. Maybe some chip damage on the range racks, but I don't think any more buildings are going to fall up here. But, I mean, beautifully played. They lose a puck, they lose a team fight, but who cares? They took objectives, and you know, that's what Dota's all about. They're playing the Rat beautifully with a lineup that really does not have traditional Rat potential. I love it. I would actually love to see a Necro Book on Puck after she finishes this Yules. Yules is very important on Puck because it makes you nigh invincible. The duration of a phase shift, or alright, Vox is just going to fight, but the rocket hits and keeps Santa at Mass is safe for now, but the wall vacuum is going to finish him off, and now Wraith King gets his ultimate popped off, and he's going back in for another fight at the Gyrocopter. He's going to just work it, and there's the crits. That's what they need. They get the Gyro, but the SF is here with the BKB, channels out the ultimate, brings down the Wyvern. And the Wraith King follows very shortly thereafter. So 2 for 2, and Eleanor finds himself the first real, well, participates in the first real fight of the game. He's been in little skirmishes all over the place, but this is the first time there's been a full couple teams, and he's been there to contribute with that BKB. But like I was saying earlier, the Puck, the Eul Scepter is very important on this hero, just because the duration of the Eul Scepter Cyclone is long enough for your phase shift to cool down. So if you use the phase shift, immediately go into the Euls, you can go immediately back into a phase shift. And I think it's a full 8 seconds of invincibility, 3.25, 2.5, 3.25, so 6.5 plus 2.5, 9 seconds. 9 seconds of pure invulnerability if you chain it perfectly, and you know, I mean, that's almost all you need for your Blink Dagger to cool down from full. I mean, obviously, Blink Dagger 12 seconds, but you know, you blink, you do something for 3 seconds, and then you do that combo, and you are in the clear. It makes it so hard to lock down a Puck. You need to hit her with some hard CC, either before she blinks, or immediately in those couple seconds after she blinks, or she is just going to get away. But like I was saying, I would love to see a Necro Book on her right now. She's playing this kind of split push role, and Necro Book is just great in general. I mean, you've got the mana burn for dealing with the Wraith King. You can also just apply that mana burn to the Zeus to try to chunk down his health pool as quickly as possible. And I'm not entirely sure on the specifics of how the Archer's mana burn works. I believe when you use the active mana burn on the Necro Archer, it does a percentage mana damage, and I'm not 100% sure on that, but if I'm right, it's very good against Zeus because he's built himself up such a high mana pool. He's got 2200 base mana with that Ocarina Core and a ton of regen as well, so you know, it would just be great damage if they had a mana burn there. So I think in terms of fighting, the Necrobook is a good option, and as well, because they're playing the split push game, it would be a good way to just kind of get into Senix's base and chip out those racks that are now exposed. But looks like he's not going to be doing that, and instead is opting to go for a Ultimate Orb, which I assume will eventually turn into a Sheep Stick. Could also be a Lincoln Sphere. There's a lot of single target abilities that Puck would very much like to avoid. There's the Wraithfire Blast, there's the Winter Wyvern's ulti, of course, and is there really anything else? I mean, there's the Zeus Lightning Bolt, but yeah, whatever. Lightning Bolt, you can take that, you can face shift it, you can whatever. But yeah, I think the Lincoln Sphere will probably be the item of choice here. I don't know. It could go either way, to be honest. If they want to go more aggressive on that Wraith King, then the Scythe is the way to go. But the Lincoln Sphere would help keep her alive. But, you know, that's not really something she struggled with. Only actually 6 deaths. Okay. More than I thought, but...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Fox just working away this tier 2 tower, realizing that they have to get objectives at this point, but immediately, I mean, the Puck and the Gyro are just chipping away at bottom, and Surf is going to go down almost instantly. Puck's in the middle of the base, and going to go right into the phase shift, jumps away, but is immediately hit with the Winter's Curse, and Fox blinks forward looking for the Shadow Shaman, but he gets out of there as well. So 1-for-1 trade, the Puck going down in exchange for the Earthshaker, but they defend the tier 2 tower and once again put pressure on this on the base here, which gives Shadow Fiend all the time he needs to farm up, get as fat as he wants. He's got 5,300 gold in the bank. This the net worth on this hero is absolutely bonkers. If we look at the graphs, yeah, I mean, despite Senix having more kills, the XP is close to 7,500 in favor of ASDF, as well as the net worth being around the same. So, shit's bonkers, my friends. Shit is bonkers.
Bountiful.
Oh man, it is hitting me. I am tired, man. 1 a.m. Why did we do a best of 5? This is insane. It's insane.
Illusion.
It's insanity. Insanity. Ugh. Rilke gonna get caught out here. He goes, he gets a sheep off, but the Ion Shell is preventing his blink, so he's got no way to get out of there. Well, and the Wyvern was preventing his blink as well. But they find a pick there, and I think they really want to make something out of this. I mean, there's a... well, their ping is back to base, so maybe they want to smoke up and try to look for objectives now. But they're also kind of just split up. The Zeus is out here, and actually might end up getting caught out. Top lane, the Darkseer got caught out by Shadowfiend yet again, but Dreamcoil goes out on the Zeus, and he is not looking healthy here. Yeah, he's going to go down. Actually gets the denial as he gets out of the stun just in time to activate the Bloodstone. Only going to be dead for another 5 seconds, and now God's Hand is going to get chunked down. Oh my god. The damage is just so huge. Puck is like super squishy. If she gets caught by anything, she's dead. But meanwhile, top lane, there goes a ranged Drax, and oh, Earthshaker, he messed up an Echo Slam there. Yeah, he cast an Echo Slam on the ground. His blink got caught by something. I don't know what it was, but the ranged Drax goes down on top, and meanwhile, the Gyro is abusing the lane mid, pulling the creep wave away, which is going to result in a little bit of chip damage on this tier 2. Like, this mindset of gameplay for ASDF is just brilliant. I'm loving how they're doing this. Just everything they do is... like, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. They die, they take a tower at the same time. Like, if they lose a team fight, they get a pick on the other side of the map. They're just everywhere at all times, and I think this is actually where Bounty Hunter really, really shines. And I was talking about this earlier, how they picked a very kind of greedy lineup with a support that could either operate as a bitch support or as a, you know, full-on carry scales with gold support. And I mean, Shadow Shaman is precisely that. And because they've done so well, because they split up this map, and because they've used track efficiently, this Shadow Shaman's rolling in the gold, and he's above most other supports on the map, above even the Bounty Hunter himself. So it's been really well played. I mean, the core is we've been seeing this, like the gyrocopter, the only person to not really go for the boots of travel. Well, they're not the only core to not go for the boots of travel. But I mean, we've seen this Puck and this Shadow Fiend just jumping between lanes, doing this brilliant kind of push-pull, counter-push. It's absolutely brilliant to see. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, the Darkseer gets dropped again, and you know, pressure on the lane. They're going to walk away from this, realizing that the BKB will only last them a few more seconds until they get out safe. And meanwhile, they've got the Bounty Hunter kind of walking around into this back area. And you know, Senix.DOTA is just scrambling. They got the buyback from the Darkseer. They want to defend this, and every time something happens, they're just elsewhere. It's beautiful play, and Eleanor is going to get caught out now with the Winter's Curse and will eventually fall. Winter Wyvern picks herself up a healthy bounty of over 1,000 gold for that kill. Now looking for the Bounty Hunter as well. If they bring him down, yeah, that's going to be beautiful. So they find themselves 2 kills. Like I said, scrambling all over the place, but they do get something out of it. So maybe they can turn this into an objective. Can they go Roche? No, Roche is not up yet. And of course, we don't have a timer because Reborn is broken. But yeah, they're gonna push down mid. They want to make something happen, and I think they might just force a buyback on the Wraith King here, but or on the Wraith King, on the Shadow King. Yeah. But I mean, immediately we've got Rilke down on bottom lane, split pushing out. He's got level 3 Mass Serpent Wards with the Aghanim Scepter as well, and fight's starting to break out in base. They're going to throw the call down. Puck's going to jump in and just kind of clear out the wave, and it forces the Wraith King away. Now, if I was Senix and I knew what I know as a caster, obviously not possible for them, I would have just said go in again, like go with the next wave. They just use cooldowns, hit them hard, make them buy back, but they're forced back. I mean, they actually lose a range, they lose a melee rax there to the Shadow Shaman. It's they can't get anything there, and they need to make trades. I mean, at this point, like I said, they're not able to efficiently hold. There's nothing they can do to keep the keep ASDF from doing what they're doing. Like they're so efficient with their movements that I think at some point you just have to brute force it. You just have to say, we're sick of it, we're going in, we're blinking in past your tier 3s, and we're gonna fight you. And if you don't come back, we're gonna base race. Like, and I don't know if they're at a point where they can do that, because the Wraith King is just not going to hit hard enough. But he's got the Assault Cuirass, he's got the Desolator, so he does hit buildings very hard. But they just don't have a secondary hero to deal with towers. I mean, you go for something like a Queen of Pain, you have some right click on her. But Zeus is all about killing heroes and has nothing for killing towers. Either way, engagement breaking out on the mid lane here. Fox is dropping really low. He does have his ultimate available though. The Zeus ulti goes out to spot everything out. Everyone dropping nice and low. We're blinking forward to make sure the Roki cannot get that blink out, and they finish him off. But meanwhile, Shadow Fiend down on bottom, chipping out the range racks once again and backs out into the jungle. Beautiful Dota, man. Beautiful Dota. I really want to get an interview with the captain of ASDF if I can after this game. Even if they lose, I would just love to get I would just love to get into their mindset, see what they were thinking during this game, how their calls were operating. It would be fascinating to hear their team speak right now. Like go here, all right, they're mid, go bottom, all right, I got the range, keep going. Oh, beautiful play there. Good stacking of stuns, and they catch out the Puck. So that's 3 heroes down, and the Roshan is up. So maybe this is Senix's opportunity to secure themselves some objectives. And I was talking about this in game number 1 and 2, but this is what Senix had been doing really well in their early games, is that they'd take a close game, they would survive through the bullshit, they would, you know, get through the aggression that ASDF presented, and they would just make it to this mid to late game, this 45 to 50 minute stage, where they could efficiently take team fights, and they would just win team fight after team fight. Their execution was good, and they would just kind of break ASDF down over a course of a long period of time. And you know, they pick that shit up, man. What are you doing? They got Cheese there as well, so that's actually a really big deal if they got Cheese. They can give that to Zeus and make sure that he never has to suicide again. But yeah, I mean, this is what Senix has been doing great. I mean, they deal with the pressure, and although this game they are kind of crumbling to this slow siege on their base, there's not as much left to get in these side lanes, and of course their tier 2 still stands mid, and it's much harder for ASDF to split push out mid because, you know, it's much more accessible from other lanes. And so, you know, especially if this Rax and this Rax go down, Senix is, you know, Senix is going to run out of things to lose, and it's suddenly going to be all on ASDF to make the team fights happen. And despite the insane amount of farm on this Shadow Fiend, there's still a very farmed Wraith King and a very farmed Zeus as well. So we've got to watch out for that. If these team fights break out, things could get crazy. But we've got a gem up on the Winter Wyvern, so they're going to do some de-warding and just kind of gain control of their half of the map. And, oh, they're going in right in on the Gyrocopter. They're going to spend every ulti, including the Echo Slam. But Puck is there to help him out, and Shadow Fiend on the backline as well channels out the ultimate, and this could turn really bad for Senix real quick. They lose 2 heroes and don't have buybacks for either of them. The Wyvern, can he blink away? Goes for the, what does he have a blink? They weren't able to apply magic damage, so the Wyvern should be able to get out of this with the gem. That was a very sketchy looking team fight for a second there. I was going to say, this could be the game if they lose 2 or 3 heroes and don't have buyback, but thankfully they lose 2, and the other 3 they can fight with them 3v5, I think, especially considering the Aegis and the Cheese. So ASDF still has to be very careful about what they push in against, but making sure to split out this map again. They got 2 heroes on bottom ready to push out this wave and get in on this base while everybody's top. And of course Senix is kind of adapting to this. They've already got the Wyvern hanging around on mid, ready to go bottom, and the Zeus is already blinking down there, knowing that there's going to be some counter pressure. Statsman, Elevator, how you doing, my friend? You've been in this for the long haul with me. You falling asleep at your keyboard yet? I wouldn't blame you if you did. What an insane game. I gotta say, man, 48 minutes, best of 5, going to 5 games? Like, not only is this better than TI4 finals, I'd say this is better than TI5 finals so far, too. I mean, of course, everybody was happy about EG and stuff, but in terms of just pure entertainment value, I think this is freaking awesome. Like, you know, of course, it's not the same caliber of play. Of course, players are making mistakes here and there. But holy hell, is this a fun game to spectate and be a part of. I am so glad I'm here. Fox, ooh, he's in sketchy territory. He's only got 1 friend nearby. And the entirety of ASDF, they're scared. They're running with their tails between their legs. They know that Fox is capable of taking 1 or 2 of them down. And Rilke gets caught out. I think he had an Invis rune there. But the gem on the Winter Wyvern, and they pick him off. So that's a nice and quick kill. And instantly we see 3 heroes from ASDF down on bottom. If Senix can fight this, and if they can win this fight, this is going to be their moment. They're going to go right into the ASDF's base, look for action, and this will be it. The Wraith King needs to get back here to do the damage, though. YOLO Swag is dropping really low. His illusion's going to start doing work. They lose the Rax. Dream Coil is out onto Korra. He's probably going to drop pretty quickly here. But where is the Wraith King? He's running back. He's so slow. He's not quite there yet, but they deal with the Gyrocopter. They force him out, and of course the... Okay, Eleanor just TP'd up to top. He's like, alright, screw this, I'm just going to push the other lane. And, meanwhile, Puck escapes over to mid, but they catch 3 heroes, and once again, Senix win a fight, but lose a building. There's the Rax. I mean, it's the range Rax, so it's not going to make too big a difference from what they were dealing with before. I think this melee Rax is a lot more important than losing that range Rax bottom, so good on them for at least defending and killing off that Gyrocopter. But, man, things are getting intense here. They get a stun out onto God's Hand, and they're going to get that DOT applied. Is that enough to cancel the blink on the other side? No, but she throws out the Illusory Orb and will jaunt to it, but the Wraith King is there, and yeah, there goes the Puck. I think she actually... Oh, no, she had used the Huel Scepter. And there's that Necrobook I was talking about. Stopped in the middle to go for the Scythe of Vice, but does go for the Necro, realizing that at this stage they've just got to rat it out. They've got to start chipping away buildings and put Senix in a position where they cannot leave their base comfortably. Because right now Senix is roaming the map with near impunity. Like, they're going where they want to, and you know, all that's happening is that ASDF is going where they're not. Not that they're controlling where Senix goes. Earthshaker. Oh, Rilke has a good ward there. Spots out Surf and will hold him down with the wards. That does mean Serpent wards are down though, so the push potential from the Shadow Shaman is going to be severely hindered for the next 2 minutes. And you know, the Earthshaker, I'm sure he's not happy about dying, but he didn't have a Necro Slam for another minute anyways, so I don't think it matters all that much that he is down. They can hold the lanes without him, and it wards off the Serpent wards for the next little while. Meanwhile, Fox is going ape. He does not care about anything. He's got, like I said, he's got that reincarnation. Even if he gets picked off here, he's going to have friends. And Kappa is set by Surf there, rightfully so. And Fox is just standing to fight now, dropping a little bit lower than I think he wants to be. And the Zeus is standing nearby, trying to offer out some help, but it's just not enough. So Fox goes down and says, sorry, had to. It's fine, I deserve it. Alright, well, Wraith King's down. Might be forced to buy back here, and indeed he is. Zeus is going to get held down, but the TP in from the Wraith King, they're ready to go. This could be the big team fight they need, but the Dream Coil is good to hold them in place while they... Oh my god, that is such a big Winter's Curse. Catches 3 heroes, and now they're going to bring down Yolo Swagrico. There goes the Gyrocopter. Still has the buyback available, though it wasn't used before. Man, Worse has been playing out of his mind this game. The Winter's Curses have been so good, but now, smelling blood in the water, Team Senix is going to move forward. They want to get in. They want to get this Rax. They want to balance this game out. And Zeus just goes immediately down to bottom lane. He knows they're going to get split pushed. He knows the Shadow Fiend's going to be here. So he starts to fight him, and he deals with it. And this wave is gone. That's a ton of gold going the way of Echo. And SF lag? Okay. Alright. Yeah, we've had lag issues this whole series, but... it's a good call there. I don't know if Zeus can actually pursue this and turn it into a fight here. If he Force Staffs, maybe he can land a Lightning Bolt and get something else. I'm not sure. Alright, sounds like I got my interview. Alright. Good to know. I mean, I feel like this series deserves it, and all of you guys that have been watching this series from the very beginning, I think it'd be interesting for you. I hope so, at least. I don't know. No one's talking in chat, so... Ugh. Alright, looks like we're ready to go. Ping has settled down. And Eleanor will get out of that. Meanwhile, though, they blink right into the base and they find a kill on the Bounty Hunter, and he buys back immediately. And they want to defend this, but they've only got 3 heroes. Gyrocopter is... Oh, okay, he was holding his buyback, but now activates it. Eleanor is now in the middle of this fight. Fox is ready to go. He's got his ultimate ready to go, though. It pops off, and... Winter Wyvern making his way out. No Winter's Curse to speak of, though. And, Wraith King, he TP's out! No way he just did that. Alright, blinks over to the other side of the base and goes for a TP. This rocket, I don't know what's up with it in, Reborn, but it's got 2 rockets on here. That's not how it normally is, I don't think. Shit's broke!
Invisibility.
Anyways, so they make a great push there. They don't lose anything. They get a tier 3, they force a buyback, and everybody gets out. I really didn't expect the Wraith King to get out, but he blinks over here, and they just didn't have the stun. I mean, this team is actually, they're pretty heavy on stuns, to be honest. I mean, they sold the Yules off on the Shadow Fiend, so he doesn't have that, but they've got a Yules on Puck, they've got a Sheepstick on Puck, they've got the Dream Coil on Puck. They've got Shuriken Toss on Bounty Hunter, and then of course the 2 spells from Shadow Shaman. So none of those spells were able to be used in time to hold that Wraith King in place, and he gets out. So damn impressive play there. This Zeus is wow. He has died 3 times, and I'm pretty sure at least 2 of those were suicides, maybe all 3. So I mean, just beautiful play by the Zeus so far. He's going to ulti out just to scout, and I think that was the perfect opportunity to do it, because there were 5 heroes encroaching on him very quickly. If a Puck blinked and went for a Dream Coil or something, it could have been very dangerous. But Fox is going to find himself in a world of hurt in a second here. He does have the Reincarnate available though, and Zeus, yeah, okay, alright, they cancel out Zeus's TP. No blink available for Fox, so he cannot get out of this and does not have buyback. This is huge. 2 minutes with the Wraith King down, and I don't know if Senix have any way to do this. Yeah, you see scribbles all over the map. ASDF is like, go, 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 down the mid lane now. They know they can, they're the ones smelling blood in the water now, and like I said, Wraith King does not have it. His buyback is off cooldown, or is on cooldown for another 3.5 minutes. And they're going to find the Zeus here, too. I don't know if there's any way Zeus gets out of this. Maybe if he eats the cheese and gets the Force Staff off. Can he do it? He's not Force Staffing. Get out! Alright, Zeus gets out. He's doing fine, but the Black King Bar is popped by Eleanor now. They need the Winter's Curse to be huge. It's alright. It catches 2. The wall is down now, and the wall might be the turning point for this. They're turning the damage around. The Shadow Fiend is going to go down. Can they defend against this Gyrocopter? He's doing massive amounts of damage, but the Cold Embrace is there to keep them alive, and now they're chasing down the Gyro. Will they be able to do it? They are holding. Can they make it happen? YOLO Swagrico, he is down, and that is it. That is the kill on the Gyrocopter. The Puck fell as well, and on top of, oh my god, they get 3, and no buybacks on any of these heroes. The Shadow Fiend and the Bounty Hunter are the only 2 left alive. If they can get up, well, it's going to be close, but if the Wraith King gets up and they go straight down mid lane, this could be a throne for Senix.DOTA. What a beautiful play there in that team fight. They just had the wall in the perfect position, and ASDF, they got a little too anxious. They ran straight up that ramp, knowing damn well there was a wall and a Winter's Curse ready. And they said, you know what, screw it, we're going, we're ready to fight, we know you don't have Wraith King, and it didn't matter. They had their own power turned against them with those illusions from the Darkseer and the the Winter's Curse. Who stays up till 4 AM for Dota? Apparently 13 people in chat right now. I love each and every one of you that are watching this right now, and I'm so happy I could stick around to make this series happen. I started this cast at 7 o'clock my time, and it's now 1 AM, but my girlfriend was like, so how many games you got to cast? I was like, oh, I got 5. I was like, it's a best of 5, so it could only be 3, you know, we'll see. And she was like, oh, okay, and I was like, yeah, so if I'm lucky, I'll be done by 10, we can cuddle up, watch a movie or something. It's 1 AM, she's asleep right now, and I'm still going. Ugh. Crazy, crazy night, and I was supposed to go to a LAN tomorrow and everything. I'm not going to that. Anyways, team fight looking to break out around the Roshan. The Dream Coil goes down, but it only catches 1. Fox is sheeped up, but he is ready to fight this. And there we go. Oh my god, the Winter's Curse catches Eleanor as he's channeling out the ultimate. Great vacuum into the wall. And now Eleanor is going to try to blow up, but he keeps making illusions of himself, and they're just doing work. He gets brought down. That is 3 heroes down without buyback, and Roshan almost certainly going to go to the Radiant. Is Senix.DOTA going to do it? Are they going to bring this back? They've got the Aegis of the Immortal on the ground right now. They're going to put that on the Darkseer. The cheese is over on the Zeus, and now they're going for the base. The blood is being sniffed in the opposite direction. Blood everywhere in the water. It's a bloody ocean of bloody bodies and bloody heroes, and they've decided they want to go for the throne. They see that there's no buybacks, and they're going to go for it. Blink forward, Bounty Hunter going to drop almost immediately, and there they go. 4 heroes down, no buybacks, 30 seconds until anyone can do anything, and this tower is going to go down. I think this is going to be it. We are looking at Senix.DOTA being the champions of the AD2L Season 8. Oh my god, what a series. This has been immaculate plays. GG called by... Oh my god, I can't believe this. This is actually an epic climax to a wonderful series of Dota. Both of these teams played their minds out. We had 2 series go to almost a full 60, well, we had 1 series go to 60 minutes, we had the other go to 80. This is just insane. I fucking love Dota, my friends. This is just an epic bout. Both of these teams playing their hearts out, and I could not be more happy with the turnout. Senix.DOTA, they are your Season 8 AD2L champions. They're going to be taking home $110. I don't know if they would consider it worth it at this point after having stayed up till 4 a.m. to play this game, but absolutely beautiful plays. I'm going to try to get their captain on Skype right now. I think I've got him in Steam, so alright. Let's see, where's alright. Yeah, alright, so I'm gonna try to get an interview here with the captain of Senix. I'd really love to see what he's got to say. Wow, oh, I can't get over how great that that series was. It was beautiful. Just such amazing plays from both teams at all points in that, you know, they almost brought it back too. They were down 2 games, it was match point in game 3, and they played this beautifully aggressive strategy. ASDF came back with just such strength, such power, knocked out 2 games really quickly, and then it went to this epic game 3, back and forth, left and right, bouncing all over the map. Just, oh my god, I could not ask for anything better. Wow, alright. I'm gonna see if he can add me on Skype here. Sent him a message, not getting a reply yet. He might just be like standing up, taking a breather. Alright, well, I'll do my personal plugs while I wait for him to get me going. But if you guys appreciated my casting, please throw me a follow on my Twitch, my Twitter, and or my YouTube, all at Cptn.Canuck. It would mean the world to me. That's how you can best support small guys like me. You know, if I'm... The only way I can rise up is if I get more people watching my content, so if you appreciated it, please throw me a follow. It would mean the world to me. And, of course, AD2L, check out AmateurDota2League.com or Dota.playon.gg. Both URLs will take you to the same site, and that is where you can find all of the info on current and future leagues. Sign-ups for Season 9 of the AD2L are open now, so go sign your team up, get playing. This is the place to be if you want to play amateur Dota. These teams are great, the community is great, all of the admins are super friendly, and you got awesome casters like me bringing you the games every single week, so definitely check that out. And of course, check out my wonderful stats man who is here providing you the stats throughout the course of the game. That's at ElevatorDota on Twitter. And of course, you can always find the Standard Deviant Stats group at STDevStats on Twitter as well. They have cool stats up there all the time. They're a group of stat guys that do games like this. They'll do the pop-ups for all your stuff. You might have seen them around. So big thank you to them for sending me Elevator to stick around for this wonderfully epic Best of 5 series. And yeah. Alright, so I'm going to talk to Aiko, the mid player from Senix. I asked him to add me, gave him my name, and he has not added me yet. But, should soon. Where are you at, buddy? Alright, we'll see if he pops up in just a second here, but, man, I can't believe it. I'm still so jacked on that series, and, like, just, jeez. I'm so hot, I'm sweating right now. It's been such a long day of casting for me. My bladder's about to explode because I've drank so much water to keep my throat dry, but, it's worth it, man. It's worth it. What an epic series. Why are you not adding me, you fucking guy? Come on! Yay. You find me okay? Name will be Kieran. The interview's coming, friends. The interview's coming. Hopefully. I've got so many Skype accounts, it's not even funny. Throughout the years, I've like the password reset function on Skype is really horrible. Oh, he says he added me. I see no contacts. Didn't get an invite. He says he thinks he added me, but... I use Steam calling, but Steam calling is horrible. Oh my god, have you ever used it? So bad. So bad. Oh, okay. So he fucked up. He added the wrong person. He added the wrong person. Come on. Alright, alright, alright. Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright, he added me. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Alright. Hello, my friend.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Not too bad. I'm still hyped and giddy over that series. What a fucking set of games, dude.
Yeah, it was hectic.
Yeah, how do okay, so just how do you feel in general? I mean, have you guys one of the teams was saying you won AD2L before. Was that you? Have you
No, it's our first season.
Oh,
it's our first time we've been like a pro team, or not a pro team, amateur team, whatever.
Nice. Okay, so you just came together a bunch of players this season and knocked it out of the park on the first try, eh?
We played at that LAN a couple months ago, the Dota Elite Series LAN. That's what our first LAN was together,
okay.
And then we just played after that together. Yeah, it was fucking fun. I can't remember the last time I stayed up till 4 AM playing Dota.
Yeah, no doubt. I actually did not expect the series to go 5 games, and then it just kept getting more and more epic as the night went on.
It was hectic, man. Fun.
So that third game, what did you? What was your reaction when you saw that aggro tri-lane? I mean, things just got really ugly really fast in that game. What was your thought process when you started seeing this stuff coming at you? Like, how are you going to try to deal with that?
Well, we obviously didn't deal with it very well because we got fucking obliterated that game, but I don't know, we tried to change the lanes in there a couple times and then they just followed us around. We just ended up getting out-farmed and outplayed. That was a rough game. Yeah,
for sure. And game number 5, I mean, I was commenting on how masterfully ASDF was just teleporting to the side lanes and just abusing your guys' positioning. The second you went anywhere, they were in the opposite spot. It was crazy how scattered that game was. How did you guys hold it together? Like, how were you making the shot calls to, you know, perform in that pressured situation?
Yeah, well, it depends. When they're doing stuff like that, it's usually just the SF pushing the lanes in, and then he's the only strong one they have on their team. The rest of their team becomes underfarmed, and we get every single wave pushed in, so we just end up creating more items like double sheeps and Shivas like that. So if we just stay composed, stay in our base, then obviously we're going to start coming back and slowly beat them. We outfarmed them in the end by a fuck ton, right? So
yeah, definitely. I mean, I was looking at the graphs, and you know, you guys were way ahead on both net worth and experience, but it seemed like no matter how far ahead you got, you were always losing buildings and always losing buildings. And then that big last fight came out while the
yeah,
carry was dead. Yeah, and they went for that push, and it just it fell apart. They killed themselves with the gyro illusions and the Winter's Curse too.
I got my fucking blackout friend beside me passing the fuck out. Too much Dota.
Yeah, no doubt. Thankfully for me, it's only 1 AM here. I'm on the Pacific time zone, but everybody else that's in chat and has been watching, they're all up late, and definitely appreciated the series.
Small fucking town.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to take a shout out to the squad for the win. Woo!
Sounds good. You got anybody else, friends, family, anyone else you want to call it to?
Surf sucks. Did you see that fucking echo into a DKB fucking
SF? I did see that.
Nice plays, bro.
Yeah, that's alright. Calling out your teammates after you just won, that's good. But hey, you guys got some beer money now, so
exactly.
Yeah, go out, have yourselves a good night. But anyways, I'm gonna let you go get some sleep. But thank you guys so much for the games. That was a beautiful series, and look forward to getting my ass kicked by you guys again next season.
All right, cheers, man.
I think you guys knocked me out of the playoffs too. So.
Oh yeah, what team?
Empower.
Oh, I don't think we played you guys.
I don't know. You played me in the regular season, but either way, you kicked my ass and you kicked everyone else's asses, and you are the AD2L Season 8 champions, my friend. Have a good one.
Cheers.
Alright, and to everybody else who's been watching, thank you guys so much for sticking around all this time. I know it's super late. I know a lot of you are staying up way past your bedtimes for this. But thankfully, it's a Friday night, and you don't have to do anything tomorrow anyways. But cheers. I've been Cptn.Canuck. Once again, if you want to support me, if you want to follow me, if you enjoy my casting, please follow me. It's, like I said, it's the best way to support small guys like me. Throwing me a follow really makes a difference. So, once again, have yourselves a great night. Thank you for sticking around, and what an epic series of games. Cheers.